VidLii, a site that once gained popularity for being a clone of the 2007 YouTube layout. A site where you got to customize your channel with the 1.0 layout from 2005 to 2009, the 2.0 layout from 2009 to 2011, and the Cosmic Panda layout from 2011 to 2013. A site where you had the opportunity to get featured and create a loyal fan base tired of YouTube chicanery. How did this thriving site fall hard into obscurity? Let's start from the beginning. In 2016, a site called VidBit launched, reminding people of the 2008 YouTube layout. While this site was relatively small and didn't last long, it made stars out of several unknowns from YouTube. Users like AM and CraftingLore21 would go on to be stars for a short time, and factually I was the second most subscribed channel during that short period in 2016. As plans of moving forward came to be, plans went awry when VidBit shut down due to legal issues. It wasn't until June of 2017 when VidBit returned, but the site was forced to change their name to VidLii later on. Unlike the original VidBit, VidLii started off with audio quality reminiscent of the early days of YouTube. It had the 2006 YouTube layout, the old school rating system, comments that you cannot reply with, etc. It took time for VidLii to improve the site quality. As the months went on, audio quality got better, people got to post channel bulletins, and eventually accessed playlists. Customizing channels would also become easier with time. Another good feature during the time period was the content itself. Users like AM and Not Snappy would compete for viewership and subscribers. VidLii's user base steadily rose until December of 2017 when a YouTube user gave the site major attention.
About YouTube constantly and have every right to do so because it kinda sucks pee-pee at the moment, to be fair. We all love YouTube, but something clearly went wrong over the years, right? And guys, today we have a possibility to go back in time to 12 years ago and try to restart it all over again and try to fix it so that things like this won't happen. Welcome everybody to VidLii. This website is basically YouTube of 2005. I mean, look at it. It's amazing. It's literally the old school YouTube. Everything, pretty much. I just want to disclose before we get into this video is not sponsored in any way at all. This is just a website that I found on the internet which I thought was incredible. So the thing is, this is basically the old school YouTube. We have all the old sort of tabs, home videos, channels, community. We have the old yellow upload button. I think we probably have the yellow subscribe button as well. I mean, if we click on any channel right now. Yeah guys, there you go, the yellow subscribe button. Those who have been on YouTube for a very, very long time, you clearly, you know, only 90s kids will remember this. Am I right? Actually, let's check out this video here. It's called Me at the Zoo. This is basically a re-upload of the first video ever on YouTube. If you guys don't know, the first video ever on YouTube was Me at the Zoo, which was made by one of the creators of YouTube, and it's just him talking about elephants in the zoo or some shit for 15 seconds.
The cool thing about these guys is that they have really long fronts, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.
It's pretty amazing, guys. We got 5-star ratings, we got share, favorite, playlists. The old school comments, it's basically like we're going back in time. You know, there's this webarchive.org thing, and how you can basically go back on YouTube to like 2005 if you want to.
A Russian user named NFKRZ had over 500,000 subscribers at the time he uploaded the video on YouTube, causing a lot of his fans to flood VidLii, overwhelming the servers that VidLii had at the time. The users of this site had mixed reactions. On one hand, the VidLii users that were part of the site from the beginning were worried that NFKRZ's fans would ruin the quality of the site. On the other hand, people like CraftingLore21 and myself found this as a good thing because the fans of NFKRZ that stayed would work hard to promote the site.
What do I think about the whole no fucker situation? And the short and simple answer from me is that I actually think the no fucker situation is really freaking amazing. While his fans may have clogged up the converter a bit, I think in the long run, this is very good for VidLii. And even in the short run, right now, even when the converter was clogged, it was still a very good thing for VidLii. And I say that for a multitude of reasons, which I will get into right now. Number one is the fact that Jan himself actually said that because so many of NoFucker's fans were coming onto the website and uploading videos and clogging up the converter, it led to both Jan and Allison fixing some bugs and some uploader problems around the website that they had no need to fix because the traffic just wasn't there for it yet. However, now that the traffic was there for it, they fixed those problems which they meant to fix further on down the road. So, because of NoFucker's fans all uploading videos at once and clogging the converter, it actually led to a pretty big bug fix which now makes the converter run faster.
As a result, general viewership for the site went up. Eventually, NFKRZ would declare his VidLii channel dead and things were alright for a time. During 2018, The overall user base quality on VidLii kept rising with RedExec, DarkScythe, Crafting Lore 21, AM, and Not Snappy bringing forth quality entertainment. DarkScythe made a major impact on VidLii with his videos on John Tulloch, aka Original Blood Ace, alongside the VidLii Chronicles. The one video covered the Video Gamer 64 when he talked about chewing tobacco and jumping into a random Let's Play. Another important user in the success of VidLii was RedExec. His charisma, his content, and his editing style attracted a lot of viewers on the site. One of my favorite videos from RedExec, believe it or not, was a joke video regarding plums. The effort put into the entertainment value was so good, I made a joke comment stating that the video was going to drive the price of plums to $20 a pound, and that I need to plant my own plum tree. While RedExec has not uploaded content on VidLii since November of 2018, he has been regarded to be the best comedic user in the history of the site. 2018 was pretty good up until the summertime when an administrator by the name of Ali the Zombie 13 issued ban hammers over several trivial incidents. This apparently started over some art contest organized by Ali the Zombie 13, Coco Animations, and a YouTube legend named Shadowleggy, who I think is a cool person. A user named Metro3DS submitted some artwork with some offensive matters, infuriating Ali the Zombie 13 to a point where Metro got banned swiftly. This enraged the VidLii community to a point where multiple people got banned. This would also set up a chain of events that would inevitably cause the downfall of VidLii. People like RedExec, Hexa, DarkScythe, AM, Crafting Lore 21, and even my arch nemesis J-Reviews got the ban hammer for criticizing VidLii and Ali the Zombie 13. Morale hit an all-time low and I left the site on my own volition after criticizing Ali as well. This would be the reason why VidLii would get a page on Encyclopedia Dramatica. The truth would eventually come out that Ali the Zombie didn't care about criticism, but he cared about money. I will get to why this would become a problem later, as it addresses an overall point I want to make. Eventually the owner of the site and Ali would part ways as VidLii was close to bankruptcy. Being at a crossroads, VidLii needed a new administrator, so there was an election to see who would be the administrator. AM would win the election and become the new administrator of the site. Morale was restored and people returned to the site, myself included. During AM's time as administrator, he would appoint moderators to micromanage the site and clean up the filth that could have gotten VidLii in legal trouble such as copyright infringement. This would increase the odds of VidLii producing more original content than ever before. However, AM's leadership was met with disdain by the owner of VidLii due to users uploading their own original content complaining non-stop. The tables unfortunately turned, and this is where the downfall of VidLii truly began. In July of 2018, the owner of VidLii swiftly kicked AM from his administration duties, forcing his group of moderators out as well. In AM's place would be Fatty Man, aka King Fatty, an administrator who would become infamous for spamming random accounts unrelated to user content. This would become incredibly annoying and not funny whatsoever. This led to complaints all around the corner. People like Crafting Lore 21, DarkScythe, RedExec, among other channels complained about this. Another factor in the fall of VidLii was that unoriginal content was uploaded a lot more than original content, citing concerns that VidLii would be taken down due to multiple violations regarding the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Due to the owner's refusal to listen to users, people either declared their channel dead or left VidLii in protest. DarkScythe would eventually declare his channel dead months later, while people like RedExec would stop making content for the site. Eventually the owner had no choice but to fire Fatty Man from his position as the site started losing money again. The owner's refusal to interview people that actually were competent people for the next administrator of the site would cause the quality to dip to record lows. People like AM, RedExec, Crafting Lore 21, and the members of the Best Bro Gamer show had enough. So during the month of January 2019, I had enough as well. While people like Not Snappy, the king of content on VidLii, does not understand why people are leaving, a lot of popular content creators left because of no regulations. VidLii had become the Wild West for mediocrity. It's not worth criticizing VidLii today because things will never change. Had the owner himself focused on improving the quality and enforced copyright, VidLii would have stood a chance. Now this goes to a point I want to address. Throughout the past 5 years, I've been on multiple sites either as Bourg Productions or Edray 1416. What have I seen throughout the years? Incompetence. Incompetence between the owners and the administrators. We knew. The owner, Foz, and the administrator, Allison, aka Ali the Zombie 13, had a fallout, resulting in Foz nuking his own site. Zipcast. Lewis would not lead his staff into the right direction, forcing Zipcast to go bankrupt. V-Streamers. The site didn't take off due to Allison's refusal to take criticism, pissing off potential sponsors. The original VidBit didn't have a chance to take off. VidBit Future had a lot of issues, so that didn't take off. VidMe went bankrupt due to owner incompetence. Now VidLii is becoming the sinking ship like the Titanic in 1912. While the owner of VidLii has openly stated that his focus is on a new site called Flare, the VidLii as we know it today is coming to an end. People like Crafting Lord 21, AM, Joshua Josher, and myself would leave the site, not just solely to join VidLii, but to pursue other major projects. Joshua Josher working for Just a Robot, Crafting Lord 21 focusing on real-life responsibilities, and myself focusing on the EdrayReport.com. Others that stayed on the site have struggled to gain viewership. It's a sad time because we made the site what it is. The owner can take credit for a lot of things, but we made it great until the owner's incompetence started the downfall. Why is it? Because owners of the sites that I mentioned were more focused on seeing dollar signs and embracing feedback from their user base. It's important that you try to listen to the majority that has legitimate criticism because that will not only help improve the site, but also bring in more viewers. The more people you bring in, the more capital you can gain from ad revenue and other sources. I will never open up a video sharing site of my own, but you have to listen and research. Otherwise your site will not survive the first 2 years. People like AM learned from his business mistakes regarding VidBit Future. Now he's a little more polished as a businessman. Let's not take away the business ethics of Cosmic Media. They realize that in order to succeed, they have to lay out long-term plans, do some research, listen to feedback, and create a sustainable marketing plan. Cosmic Media runs multiple sites, including the upcoming site called VidLii. My only wish for Cosmic Media is to keep a level head, budget your money accordingly, and research ways to improve marketability every quarter of the year. Don't focus yourselves on just seeing dollar signs. While it is important to make money, it's also important that you work cohesively in making your company and VidLii a great place. Don't think about directly competing with YouTube. Figure out a sustainable plan. With that being said, farewell VidLii. You had your fame, now it's all for nothing. If you enjoyed this video, please visit my website, theedrayreport.com, and support my Patreon if you please. Thank you and good day, ladies and gentlemen.